So let me ask you something. Have you ever been trying to buy a business, you're all excited, and then poof, the broker just ghosts you? It is so frustrating, right? But what if I told you that maybe, just maybe without even realizing it, you're the problem? Yeah. Today we're going to dive into a really insightful article that completely flips the script on how we think about that whole buyer-broker dance.
Okay, to really get this, we've got to do a little thought experiment. I need you to completely change your perspective for a second. So stop thinking like a buyer. Right now, I want you to imagine you're a small business owner, you've got a shop, you're working hard, just trying to make it through the day.
So, imagine this. You run a pretty niche shop, right? You sell, I don't know, complex custom machinery. It's a tough gig. Your time, well, that's your most valuable asset, hands down. You have to spend it on customers who are actually going to pull the trigger and buy something. So with that in mind, how would you handle a customer like this?
All right, let's meet our guy. We'll call him Nick. And Nick is, well, he's brilliant. We're talking an MIT-trained engineer. And he seems super interested. He's in your shop all the time, looking at everything, kicking the tires. On the surface, you're thinking, wow, this guy is the perfect customer.
But here's the thing about Nick. Oh boy. He asks a ton of questions. And I don't mean simple stuff. I mean incredibly specific, super technical questions about every single little component. The kinds of questions that make you stop everything you're doing. You're on the phone with suppliers, you're digging through old manuals for hours, and all the while, you've got other real paying customers waiting for your help. It's a total time suck.
And here is the absolute kicker. This has been going on for over a year. A full year of his questions, his constant demands on your time, and he hasn't bought a single thing. Not one. Not from you, not from anyone. So, be honest. How are you feeling about Nick right about now? Yeah, probably not great.
Okay, you ready? It's time to pull back the curtain. In this little story we've been telling, that hardworking shop owner, well, that's the business broker. The one you've been trying so hard to get a hold of. And Nick, the brilliant, but let's be honest, super frustrating guy who takes up all that time and never actually closes a deal. Yeah, that's you. Or, at least, that's how a lot of brokers see the average person searching for a business. I know, it's a tough pill to swallow. But understanding this is absolutely the crucial first step. And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the whole idea. Look, it's not that searchers are trying to be a nightmare. Of course not. It's just that from where the broker is sitting, on their side of the desk, the behavior just looks the same. Asking a million questions, maybe a little inexperienced, and honestly, offering a pretty slim chance of a sale. It all looks exactly like Nick.
So why? Why does this massive disconnect even happen? Well, if we want to fix this relationship, we have to understand the broker's world. And trust me, it's probably not what you think it is.
Okay, this slide right here gets right to the heart of it all. It's this fundamental misalignment of priorities. Just look at the broker's side. Their entire world revolves around the sellers. Seller satisfaction is everything. That's what drives referrals, and good, sellable businesses are hard to find. Now, look at how they see the buyer. From their perspective, you're a one-time sale, and honestly, with a pretty remote chance of actually succeeding. You see the problem? The two worlds just don't line up.
I mean, this quote, wow, it really says it all, doesn't it? It's blunt for sure, but it's just the cold, hard economic reality. Think about it. A broker who spends all their time and energy on buyers who might never, ever buy, well, that's a broker who's going to starve. They're going to go out of business. Their entire process, their whole business model is built around the seller. It has to be.
So here's the really important thing to take away from this. When a broker ghosts you, when they don't call you back, it's not personal. I promise, it's a business decision. It just means their internal system has flagged you as a Nick, a low probability bet. And complaining about it isn't going to change a thing. But what you can change is your entire approach.
Okay, so if just being a taker of information makes you the nightmare customer, how do you become the dream customer? Well, it's simple, but it's powerful. You have to totally flip the script. You have to stop being a taker and start being a giver of value. And this right here is the golden ticket. It's this concept of the value-add buyer. Now, this is someone a broker is actually excited to get a call from. Why? It's because even if you decide to pass on a deal, you give them something valuable in return. You give them feedback or a connection that helps them sell that business to someone else. You're not a problem anymore. You're part of their solution.
And this is so important to remember. Brokers aren't looking for a new best friend. They are running a business. Your value, in their eyes, has nothing to do with how likable you are or how often you want to meet for coffee. It is 100% determined by how much you contribute to their one and only goal, selling businesses.
Okay. I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do it? Right? Well, don't worry. Let's get right into the practical, step-by-step playbook.
All right, here it is, the playbook. It's just 4 simple but super powerful steps. Step 1, engage on a specific deal. Don't send one of those generic emails. Pick a real business they're selling. Step 2, respond fast. Time is money. Get that prospectus, review it, and send your initial thoughts back to them quickly. Step 3, and this one is absolutely critical, give valuable feedback. Never ever just say pass. That's completely useless to them. Explain why it's a pass. And finally, step 4, offer up your network. If you know someone who might be a good fit, make the connection.
So here's a perfect example of what that kind of valuable feedback actually looks like in an email. See, you're not just saying no, you're explaining why it's not a fit for you, which is already helpful. But then you take it a step further. You suggest who the right type of buyer might be. Or, even better, you say, hey, I already sent this to 2 people in my network who might be interested. Bam. In that moment, you just did work for the broker. You've gone from being a time suck to a genuine asset.
And here's the really cool part. When you start doing this consistently, something kind of magical happens. The whole dynamic shifts. You stop being just another random name on a massive email list, and you start becoming, well, a partner.
And just look at the payoff. It's a truly win-win, symbiotic relationship. For the broker, they get an amazing buyer who actually helps them sell businesses. They get honest feedback they can use. They get access to your network. And for you, well, you get everything you were trying to get in the first place. You get access to more deals, you get incredible market intelligence, you get experience, you get a direct line to a key player in the game.
So really, the whole point here is to completely reframe how you see this relationship. Brokers are not gatekeepers. They're not an obstacle standing between you and your goal. You need to start seeing them as your single most critical source of market intelligence. They're your listening post. But, and this is the key, you have to earn the right to that information. And you do that by providing value first.
And that really leaves us with one final big question to think about. And this goes way beyond just brokers. Think about all your professional relationships. Are you just asking for value? Are you just taking? Or are you actively adding value? To put it bluntly, are you a Nick or are you a true value-add partner? Because honestly, the answer to that question can change absolutely everything.